For everyone, this is another big one. What if there's nothing wrong with you? What if you aren't broken? What if there's nothing to fix? Whatever gets triggered there, let go of it. Because even with letting go, you can fall into this trap of, I need to let go of everything to fix myself. Letting go isn't about fixing yourself. Letting go is about realizing there is nothing to fix. It's letting go of all the lies that you bought into that are telling you you're not good enough, you're this, you're that. All the experiences. That's what letting go is. So if you get triggered by that, like I need to fix all this and pick up the pieces, what if you're not broken? What if there's nothing to fix and it's all an illusion? Because it is. That's what you let go of. You let go of this illusion. And you realize underneath it all, you were good enough and whole to begin with.
Dear Lord, nothing has worked to set me free from the compulsive way I turn to other things when I could be turning to you. I need more of you and less of the stuff that leaves me hungry. Take all these heavy idols I'm laying down and teach me to lean into your gentle refining. Take my life as I empty it out and fill me with yourself. Your word proclaims it is for freedom that Christ has set you free. Galatians 5:1.
The drugs, the dealers, the guns, the killers, the boxes in the ring, the thriller in Manila, the hood, the block, the voice of the ghetto, the all-around hustler neighborhood.
What's up, guys? RNG here from the Stone Vet USMC. Happy Friday, man. It's finally coming to an end of the week. Man, it's been a long freaking week this week. I tell you what, dude, I don't get it, dude. There's some weeks that it's just running rampant, dude. It's crazy, dude. And I was looking, I turned the camera on. I was like, dude, my hair is a mess. I said, I guess that's why I have a face for radio, not for camera, right? So if you're catching this on YouTube, I'm sorry. I'm sorry I look dejected right now. I got to get a haircut. My hair's a mess. I'm exhausted. So we'll see how it plays out this weekend. Maybe I'll go get a haircut like I'm supposed to. I don't know. We're getting close to the end of this book, man. It's been crazy. 8 weeks, hasn't it? 8 weeks. You believe that crap, dude? It's been 8 weeks that we've been going through this book. I just can't believe it. It's already coming to an end real fast, you know? And it's so weird, dude. Just like to be coming to an end of a chapter, right? Coming to an end of a book, right? I don't know how many of you guys read, right? How many of you guys enjoy reading? How many of you enjoy going out and getting a good book and just having a cup of coffee and just reading a book, right? It's hard. I hate it reading, dude. I absolutely despise reading a good book, you know? But when I get a good book, I'm like, man, that was a good book. I really enjoyed reading that book, you know? And this has been one of them books, dude. Like it's been a good read, right? It's been a good thing. It's been a good book. What do you guys think? I don't know. You guys don't comment on anything. You guys don't leave me no reviews, so I don't know, man. Go and leave me something. Leave me some reviews. Leave me something so I can read them, so I can interact with you guys, right? And so this part of the chapter is called Part 3. This part of the book. Part 3, the rewards of moving forward, right? Chapter 8, arise and go. Things change when we do, right? And I got to tell you guys, if you guys haven't picked up the book, this is the book. But don't look back, Miss ChristineCaine. Go pick it up and start reading it. Start going through it. It's like I tell you guys, I'm not reading the whole book to you guys. I'm just highlighting certain things that stuck out to me while I was reading the chapter. And so, I mean, there's a lot of good information in here, right? Because in chapter 8, when she started A21 and started talking about human trafficking, it was a small dream that she had, right? And in this chapter, she's talking about how she ended up in Mexico, briefing it to all of Central America, which is insane, right? That's what she talks about at the beginning of the chapter, right? I don't want to say it, but it was a couple pages about that. And it was about how it grew and how it became, what A21 has become today, right? And this part of the chapter is called Decide to Rise Up, right? It says our spiritual posture is one more thing that affects whether we are living our lives stuck looking back or intentionally moving forward with all the plans and purposes God has for us. If we're slouching, then by definition, we're drooped over. We're moving slowly or reluctantly. We're excessively relaxing our muscles to the point we're assuming to ungainly stoop from the head and shoulders. You could say we're looking down instead of up, and we've grown passive and laid back when God wants us on the edge of what he's doing and moving forward with him? Could it be that Lot's wife was slouching in some way? Well, what do you guys think? Was she slouching? Do you think she was slouching because she looked back? She didn't want to move forward. She wanted to stay where she was at, right? She certainly wasn't running for the hills with gusto because she stopped and looked back. And then she got stuck looking back for eternity. And none of us want that, right? Because how often are you guys freaking being stuck and reminiscing about how horrible you were before, right? I do it every day, dude. And it's something I've been working on, right? I've been trying to work on that with my wife. Like, I know I've treated her horrible over the years. We've been together 24 years, guys. And like 20 years, I've treated her like dog crap, dude. And now I'm like, how do I even fix that, dude? Do you guys have any suggestions on how to fix that? Because I don't have the slightest clue, guys. I don't know how to fix what I screwed up. And it sucks, man. It sucks trying to just being stuck in that place you don't want to be no more. Right? How you guys know what I'm talking about. You guys have been there. You guys know exactly what I'm talking about, right? With all that the pandemic has thrown at us, to stop caring as much as about our posture, to start slouching, spiritually speaking, to start moving slowly or reluctantly, to forget that we're in a spiritual battle fighting against powers and principalities with a mission to fulfill and purpose to outwork, to forget to put on our spiritual armor, to forget that we're fighting the good fight of faith, to stop looking up, to stop getting up, to stop moving forward, to start growing lazy, to not want to go to church, read the Bible, pray, serve others, or even put on real pants, right? Because I mean, since the pandemic, right? I bet 90% of y'all probably work from home now, right? That was one of the blessings of the pandemic, was that it allowed people to start working from home. Me, I'm blessed to work from home 1 day a week. I'm trying to find a job where I can work from home every day of the week, which would be great, but we'll see what happens, right? But this is what they're talking about, right? Do you even put on pants anymore to go to work? Or do you walk around in shorts all day? And a little t-shirt or something in case you got a meeting that you got to go to, right? Is it, you know how they have them, how the commercials and stuff, they be all dressed up, like have a nice shirt and a tie, but they be having shorts on underneath because nobody can see from the waist down, right? Is that how you guys are? Right? It says we've worn stay-at-home clothes for a few years now. Even when we Zoom, I'm not sure our bottom halves look as polished as our top halves. We've seen all the memes and heard all the jokes about it, but it's real. There are so many things we took far more seriously before the pandemic changed our world, including wearing real pants. I understand that at times when looking back is easier than looking up. That giving up is easier than getting up. Ain't that the truth, guys? Isn't it easier to give up than to continue working forward to move up? Especially when we've been beaten down, knocked down, ridiculed, canceled, maligned, misunderstood, abandoned, or rejected. When everything seems hopeless and we feel helpless. When we're afraid and feel paralyzed. When we've grown indifferent and apathetic. Though we never meant for that to happen, right? It happened overnight, dude. We started working from home. Started not caring because we don't have to go back to work and see our coworkers that we despised, right? We got to work from home and do our job our way, the way we knew that was the best way was intended for it, right? But then at the same time, we rejected. We stopped helping people. You know, we felt hopeless. We felt abandoned because we weren't interacting with anybody anymore, right? It's sad, dude. I mean, this is some of the things that we're dealing with every day right now, aren't we? Even today, right now. But I mean, that's one of the things that we have to figure out. How do we move forward? How do we get out of the slump that we're in? How to get out of the pit, dude? You freaking jarheads know the sand pit. How do you get out of the pit? You're tired. You feel rejected. You feel helpless. You feel hopeless. Like there's nothing there that's going to help you, man. But God's going to be there to help you get out of that mood. Get out of that space that you're in right now, dude, because it sucks. I know, dude. I started using mushrooms again, and I was talking to my brother Kirk over Every Seed Can, and I told him, I can't take mushrooms right now, dude. I am not in a good headspace. And if you guys have ever used the medicine as medicine, you guys understand what I'm talking about, right? When you use that type of medicine, you got to be in a good headspace to enjoy yourself, for the medicine to work, right? Because the studies that have been coming out have been showing people who suffer from PTSD, 90% of you guys who are listening in, who have gone, who have fought in war, who have had their buddies die in their arms, right? Who've seen their buddy blown up, right? Those nightmares that you deal with on a daily basis, right? If you start using that medicine, it starts realigning the brain again and making it right again. It sucks, though. It makes you super emotional. It does. It makes you super emotional because you're like, I feel worthless. I feel like a piece of crap. I feel like I could never do anything right. I feel like I'm a failure. I hate it, dude. That's why I was like, I said the only time I take these is when I'm going to work, because I have to be professional at work. If I do it at home, then I'm going to be all bummed out and gloomy, and I'll be around my kids and I'd be all down and just not feel right. And it's just, that's why I got to do it when I go to work, because then I have to be professional, right? I can work on myself mentally while I'm there, because I can stay to myself and I don't have to talk to anybody. But you got to understand how the medicine works, right? Plant-based medicine. That's why I am the Stone Vet, right? You see, I see that, right? Right there on the shirt, right? The Stone Vet, right? Because I try to help educate you guys on plant-based medicines and have an understanding as to why they work, right? There's studies out there right now about how psilocybin has been helping realign the mind and realign the brain for those of us that suffer from PTSD, anxiety, depression. It helps rewire the brain the way it's supposed to be, right, before you joined. You guys remember that? Who you were before you joined the military? I bet you guys want that person back, don't you? This stuff helps, but it's work. You have to put in the work. Have to put in the work, guys. It sucks. Trust me, I know it sucks. But you have to put in the work. You know? The next portion of this chapter is called Change Your Posture, right? Where in your life have you grown comfortable and started slouching and overlooking it? It's so easy to give in to the gravitational pull of ease and let slouching creep into every area of our lives, right? It says, in my life, when I don't want to do something, I can feel myself starting to slouch, figuratively speaking. I find that rising up requires vigilance and intentionality, not only spiritually, but also physically, mentally, and relationally. When I travel, for example, I go to the gym as soon as I can after landing. On a recent trip to Cambodia, Thailand, and Pakistan, my body was weary when I landed in each country, and the last thing I wanted to do was hit the gym. But I did it anyways to combat jet lag. I would have rather slept, and while sleep is important, so is exercise. I learned that to fight jet lag, it's best to do the opposite of what I feel. So I hit the gym first, dude. How about that, dude? That would suck, dude. Going to the gym after being on a flight for God knows how long, dude. How many hours you on the plane, you know? And if you're flying from America over there to overseas, dude, I bet you that sucked. All right, but she went to the gym because she knew she had to go to the gym. It was part of her routine that she had to do, man. It says our minds are truly a battlefield. And if we're not diligent, our thoughts will always spiral into fear, doubt, negativity, indifference, and apathy. We'll naturally tend to ruminate rather than renew. So we have to intentionally dwell on what God commands us to think about. Whatever is true, whatever is honorable, whatever is just, whatever is pure, whatever is lovely, whatever is commendable. If there is any moral excellence, and if there is anything praiseworthy, dwell on these things, man. And she's right? Our minds are a true battlefield, right? Because we deal with that every day, right? We tell ourselves how worthless we are every day, how we're not achieving what we want to be achieving, how we're not enough for our spouse or significant other, how we feel like we're a failure to them. I'm right there with you guys, dude. I promise you. Ask my wife. She'll tell you. We were just talking about it today. It says to stop slouching in any area requires a change in posture. And a change in posture means we don't stay where we once were and we don't do what we once did. Hiking has taught me so much about this. When I reach the summit of a mountain, not only do I experience a feeling of accomplishment and a renewed sense of strength, but the view always amazes me. From the tops of mountains, I've seen the ocean. I've seen other peaks I've climbed. I've seen cities nestled in valleys. And I've taken in vast forests. There's nothing else that compares. And as much as I always want to linger there, to sit there and keep taking it all in, I have to move on. I have to get up and head back down the mountain before nightfall, right? It's good whenever you accomplish something. When you complete something, you be like, I finished it. Yes. But you can't sit there and just be like, yeah, right? It's time to move on and complete something else. Get to a new task to complete the task. I'm almost done with ADS. I got one more week of school, and I'm done with ADS. They want us to remember these 64 verses. I'm not going to do that, dude. I'll remember like 4. 64 verses. Are you kidding me, dude? And they told me it had to be the verses they gave us in the fall. And I was like, dude, them verses were like 9 lines long, 10 lines long. I said, I am not going to remember any of those. And then what's the point, right? I was like, well, maybe if I just memorize 64 verses out of the Bible, that I could do it that way. And they're like, no, it has to be from the 37 from the fall. And I was like, what's the difference if I remember the 37 from the fall or 37 new verses? And this is one of my problems I've been having with the class, right? With the way they run things. It's kind of like, why? Like, what's the difference? What difference does it make, right? And it's been frustrating. And I was like, I'll go, I'll do my test. I'm going to fail, get in it. I don't care, right? Like, I'm done. This is the last week, dude. Like, seriously, I'm done. You know, and I was like, it's hard, dude. This class has been super hard. One of the harder classes I've ever taken. And I'm glad it's coming to an end. Like, seriously happy that it's coming to an end because I want to forget all about it, dude. It sucked. I wanted to do it, though, because people talked so great about it and how awesome it was and all the cool stuff that it was and such, you know. And I was like, this sucks, dude. I'm ready for it to be over. And I got one more class left. Next Monday will be my last week of class because the following Monday is graduation. And I can't wait, dude. Seriously, can't wait. I'm excited. Because, I mean, you remember 64? I'm not going to remember. What's the point of me trying to memorize 64 verses if all I'm going to do is data dump them after class is over? Right? I thought this was part of growing and learning and having the stuff memorized because you're going to be able to use it eventually, right? I have horrible memory, dude. And I found out it's because I smoked so much weed growing up. Right? I've been doing, like I said, I do my research. And I started smoking weed at 12 years old, dude. At 12 years old. And it damaged my brain so bad, dude. I have horrible short-term memory. You know, like I tell you guys, half time I meet half of you guys that I get to meet. Cool. You guys are cool guys. But I forget your name as soon as I walk away. And I hate it, dude. It sucks. Having short-term memory sucks so bad. And I know 90% of you suffer the same crap too. Right? So I try to remember people's names. I try really hard now to try to remember people's names. You know? She said, it seems far easier to give in to where we are rather than stand up and get going in the direction God is leading us. But that will never be God's plan for us. His plan will always include changing our posture and moving on in bold faith. Right? His plan will always include changing our posture and moving on in bold faith because as a disciple of Christ, that is our job, is to continue moving forward. Continue making more believers for Christ. As a disciple, that's what we are supposed to be doing. I'm so close to hitting my 15,000 goal of having 15,000 download goals. I need like 40 more people to hit download so I can get 15,000 downloads, dude, and I'm excited. Because there's a lot of you guys that do listen to this show, and I appreciate you guys that listen to this show, right? They say like 89% of people who watch my videos on YouTube are not subscribers. Why is that? 89% of you guys, 90% of you guys are not subscribed to my channel. Why is that, guys? just hit the subscribe button, dude. It's not going to do anything. All it's going to do is notify you when I upload a new video every week. And don't you want to know that? Right? She says here, so she starts talking about Sodom and Gomorrah. You guys know about Sodom? Lot's wife, right? Sodom and Gomorrah, right? We know that Sodom was very fruitful before it was destroyed. So much so, it was compared to the Garden of Eden, a region with all kinds of food that was a blessing. It was the mercy and goodness of God that everyone who lived there had such abundance, but the people were taking all of it for granted. Now this was the sin of your sister Sodom. She and her daughters were arrogant, overfed, and unconcerned. They did not help the poor and needy. They were haughty and did detestable things before me. Therefore I did away with them, as you have seen. And that's when the Lord destroyed Sodom and Gomorrah, because they were deceitful, detestable. They were doing some nasty things there, man. That was a horrible city. And that's why God said, I have to destroy it. And that's why Lot was like, if there's even one believer, will you not destroy it? And he couldn't find not one believer in that town, dude. It's nuts, dude. It's crazy, you know? It's crazy to sit there and think that, yeah, there's no way. Right? She goes on to say, every morning when you wake up, right, and this is what she wants you to do. Every morning when you wake up, when you open your eyes, right, and you have that moment to yourself before you got to get out of bed, right? You know, you all know what it's like. That alarm goes off and you're like, ugh. And so you just lay there until you just get enough motivation to get up and get out of bed, right? I'm there every morning, dude. I'm just like, oh my gosh, I can't believe this alarm went off again, right? But this is what she's saying. This is what she encouraged you guys to do every morning when you have that 2 minutes that you're laying there in bed before you actually get up to get dressed for the day, to go to work, right? She says, every morning when you wake up, I encourage you to have a conversation with the Lord and ask, God, what is on your heart today? And how do you want me to arise and participate in what you want to do? God, what stronghold do you want demolished in the place of prayer today? What need do you want to meet through me today? What hope do you want to extend through me today? What wrong do you want to right through me today? What injustice do you want to cease through me today? What suffering do you want to end through me today? What pain do you want to comfort through me today? What words of life do you want spoken through me today? There's quite a few, right? But think of just a couple of them. What do you think? Just have a conversation with the Lord, guys. He's your friend. He wants to listen to what you have to say. He already knows what you're thinking, but he wants to hear from you, right? It says so often we frame things as though we are waiting for God. But what if God is waiting for us to ask and to act on his answer? Let's never forget what he has said to us and about us, for we are his workmanship, created in Christ Jesus for good works, which God prepared ahead of time for us to do. The great good that God wants to do, and the great good that God wants to do through each of us, is not an afterthought, but a forethought of God, right? He wants to help you, right? He's waiting for you to come to him. He's waiting for you to seek him, to dig into his word and have an understanding of who he is. He wants to have that relationship with you, right? Have you not been getting that job that you've been wanting? Have you not been able to move? Are you having difficulties in your relationship with your kids, with your significant other? Do you have issues? Like, what is it like? Like, I was wondering, I was walking out to the truck today and I thought, what would it be like to not have any problems? Is there even a possibility of that? To not have any trouble? any problems, to not deal with depression, not deal with anxiety, hopelessness, helplessness. What is that like? Are any of you there? If you are, message me, dude. I want to know what that's like, dude. Because it sucks, dude. Life is stupid hard. And when you have significant others in your life, it's even harder. I'm telling you, man. It sucks, dude. Life's hard. But this is what we're supposed to be doing. Is to be growing. Every week, I hope that you're growing a little bit more, a little bit better, being a little bit better you. You know? And then we're at the end of the chapter. They got the remember Lot's wife questions, right? It says Lot's wife doubt, disobedience, and lack of fearing God were signs of spiritual slouching, right? It says question 1, take some time to pray. God, are there areas where I'm slouching? Physically, relationally, or even spiritually? And if so, how do I need to change my posture? Record your insights and next steps in your journal. Question 2. God is calling us to rise up and join him in his purposes on this planet. As you think about your family, friends, neighbors, co-workers, and community, what is God calling you to rise up and address? What is one step you can take to do that today? That's some good questions, right? Good questions for you guys. What do you guys think, man? It's pretty interesting, right? Short chapter. Like they keep getting shorter and shorter, it seems like, dude. I don't know. We got the conclusion next week. And then I got a guest, the pastor be coming on in the other week. So in 2 weeks, I got a pastor coming on to talk about this stuff. I'm going to have a guest. It's been a while since I had a guest. Let's see if I still got it. Let's see if I can still hold a conversation with them, right? Hopefully it's entertaining enough for you guys to be able to sit back and listen and just enjoy yourself, man. So I can tell you guys don't even have to listen to the show, but if you feel like you're alone, just turn it on. Turn the show on, man. I try to make it to where it feels like there's somebody there with you. It just sucks to be alone. It sucks to feel lonely. It sucks to feel like there's nothing else there, that there's nobody there for you, right? Just turn Sergeant G on. Listen to his nonsense, right? Listen to the earlier episodes from years ago, dude. I brought on some amazing guests, dude. Some awesome freaking guests, dude. I brought on some pretty cool people to the show, man. Go check it out, dude. I got a lot of great content out there. And the biggest thing, guys, is that I don't want you guys to feel alone, because it sucks feeling alone. It does. It sucks feeling like you don't have anybody to call. You don't have anybody to hang out with, anybody to talk to. I get it, dude. I know. I know the feeling. I know the feeling too, man. But just turn on the show, dude. Have it on the background playing. Just have it on the background playing, man. Seriously. Man, I appreciate you guys hanging out with me. I still ain't got no sales yet. Don't you want some of the swag, the Stone Vet? Don't you want some of this swag? I got a cup, but you can't see it, but it's my logo too. I know it's kind of, can you see? Oh, right there, look. See? But it's brighter. They said it's brighter. Mine faded for some reason. I don't know. I got to get another one. But they said it's bright. Like it's bright. Go check it out. Link in the bio. Go check out the description box. I got a link there. You can go get some of your swag, man. I got coffee cups too. If you guys are coffee drinkers like me. Appreciate you guys hanging out with me today, man. Hopefully you guys are growing. Hopefully you guys are getting something out of this, right? I got to look for a new book. Do you guys have any suggestions? Leave me a message, please. I like some suggestions so we can move on to something new. Like I said, I got one more chapter on here, the conclusion of the book. And the following week, I'm bringing a pastor on board. And then we got to figure something else out, dude. Tell me. Give me something. Do you have a book you've been wanting to read? You've been wanting to hear? Let me know. I'll read it to you. For real, dude. This has been pretty cool. I've been enjoying this. It's been helping me grow. I've been getting understanding and learning. I'm learning, right? And that's what it's about. It's learning and moving forward, right, man? Like I said, guys, if you're listening on Spotify, iHeartRadio, iTunes, Slacker, wherever you guys are listening from, man, leave me a 5-star review. A 5-star review, man, so this content can get out there to our others and brothers and sisters who are feeling just like you. Right? Man, if you guys are watching on YouTube, hit that subscribe button. Oh, it's not going to do nothing. It's not going to send you no stupid emails. 8,000 emails, dude. All it's going to do is let you know, hey, SRNG uploaded a new video this week. Let me get over there and watch it, right? Hit that like, subscribe, and share button, man. Go get some swag. Got some cool shirts and tank tops for the ladies. My wife's got a tank top. She looks so sexy in it. It's stupid. Go get some tank tops for your girls, man. Going to be out at the lake. Nothing but a nice tank top for her, man. I'm telling you, represent the Stone Vet, man. Let them know who the #1 Marine Corps podcast is out there in the world, man. I love you guys, man. Remember, guys, you guys are so important. There's nobody here on this earth that can do what you can do. And I need you here doing it because I'm going to need it one day. Keep it being here, dude. You are very important, dude. You're very much loved, man. Appreciate you guys hanging out with me, man. Love you guys. Remember, guys, here at the Stone Vet, we got your six.
The keys, the trap, the bank, the stacks, the money in the pot, the hand to shoot the craps, the pain, the struggle, the ways to adapt. The point you fell off at the moment you bounce back. I am the rules, so stick to the code. I am the karma, so play it how it goes. I am the recipe, the food on the stove. I am above, I refuse to be below. I am important cause I am unique. I am the lesson, so learn it from me. I am the pavement made in the streets. I am the mercenary MRC.